Fall Literacy Week in Douglas County Schools, so we decided we would take a little bit of time to spend here in the library to figure out what people are doing in the library, how do they use the library, and what are you reading? What's the best thing you've read recently?
Ooh, I read East of Eden by John Steinbeck.
One of the greatest books ever written in the English language? Okay, why?
It's his magnum opus. It's his best work ever. I was on a long trip, so I needed something to do while I was on the train or the airplane.
I like to read opinion editorials.
Really?
From the New York Times.
From the New York Times. Oh my God, you're so educated. Okay, what's an opinion editorial you read recently that really struck your fancy? It's okay, we're not going to judge your political stance here.
It's fine. I actually read one about the space-time continuum. That was really interesting, and it was talking about it's like this theory where if everything in the world is shrinking and then getting large at the exact same time, we would have no idea.
What's your favorite book that you've read?
Oh, that's a good question. There was this book that I read at the end of sophomore year, and I'm a big fan of history, and it was kind of like this, it's called Homegoing, and it's basically about like these two sisters that get separated, and one goes to the United States and goes into the slave trade. The other one kind of gets married into a colonist family in Africa, and it kind of follows their generational history over time, and I thought that was just kind of an interesting book to read.
Cool. Yeah, The Fault in Our Stars. So sad.
I know, it is really sad.
Have you read it several times?
Last time I read it was like in middle school.
You're revisiting it as you're
Yes.
more grown up?
Yep.
That's awesome. See, one of the great things about books is you can revisit them in your different parts in your life, and you can re-experience them.
So I'm actually here for Mountain Vista Literacy Week. So is there a book you guys are reading right now?
I'm reading one for fun called The Art of Racing in the Rain, but not for school.
I like the Harry Potter series and Jane Austen books.
I love Jane Austen. Which one's your favorite?
Sense and Sensibility right now.
Really? What is it about Sense and Sensibility?
Just I just relate to the characters so much. Yeah, and like the way she puts things, where it's like poetic but it's funny.
I love Steinbeck. I love his imagery and how he talks about Salinas Valley and everything in
Right.
California.
We have this argument. I'm a big reader, fans. We have this argument in my house, like who's the greatest American writer, and I always come back on Steinbeck. Like he understands the American experience, and East of Eden. I mean, I don't know that there's another book that I've ever read that is a clearer meditation on the nature of good and evil, right?
It's very allegorical and everything. It's very thought-provoking.
Right, and long, which scares people away from it, but I mean, worth it, every page. Who was your favorite character?
I liked Kathy, who was the
She's the
antagonist.
worst!
She's the worst, but like, she was such a good character.